From Illumination wall art again, and you would not believe the hive of activity in the studio today. That's enough terrible puns. I'm painting insects for the second room of the hospital project. I've very nearly finished the zoo room, but now I'm cracking on with bees, butterflies, garden gnomes, flowers, all sorts of stuff. So what I thought I'd do today is a quick tutorial on realistic bees and how I use certain materials to make things look a bit more realistic. What I'm going to do now is I am going to just jump over here and put this on my Facebook to populate the feed a little bit. I know I'm doing a lot in the morning. I should probably do more at night, but I'm a morning person. But I'll just crack this onto Facebook, see if I can get a few more people involved. I will be one moment. I want to share this. Still learning how to do this properly, guys. You will have to forgive me. I'm trying to get this streaming thing down a little bit better. But I'll figure it out as I go, as always. Thanks very much for subscribing, by the way. I am now on 119, which is really good. If anyone would like to be the 120th, please... please subscribe and click the like button if you like what you see. I will just sort this out now. There we go, just posted that on my Facebook. If anyone would like to add me on Facebook, it's Dan Walls. And if you would like to add the like page, just look for Illumination Wall Art and you'll find our like page. I normally try and stream every day during the week just to show people my progress of what I'm up to, so feel free to join in. I'm going to set the phone over here just so we can get a bit of a better feed on this, so you can see what I'm doing. And I'll move the chair over here so we can see what's going on. I will move this actually further forward to get a better thing going on of where I am. So give me one moment and I will move these easels. There we go. This needs to come a little bit further forward as well. So with the bees, what I've done is I have sprayed them in first with different colours of yellow, gone over with black acrylic, and now I've gone over with little bits of grey and white acrylic, just to start it off a little bit, just to give it a bit of a tone. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go into glossing. I use a lot of gloss because I find that gloss is whiter than white. It's really good for doing realistic pieces. It's good for doing the white of the eye, liquids. Like someone's teeth are normally like a grey, creamy kind of colour, but there, where the light hits it, to make something look wet, if you use gloss, white gloss, over the top of your already white colours, like your creamy whites, your kind of titanium white acrylic, it makes it look even brighter. I'll demonstrate this now. I will just switch it up a little bit. Going from my titanium whitey grey sort of colour. So this is what I was doing here. You see, there's kind of an white there. That's the white acrylic. And I'll compare that to the white of the gloss. This is just regular Johnson's Brilliant White Gloss. It's the kind of stuff you'd use on a door. You know, like for like in cupboards and stuff in your house when you're decorating. So you've got white acrylic. I'll get a dab of that anyway to show you. Get your titanium white acrylic there. and you've got your gloss. See? It's a huge, huge difference. Love using gloss. So, I'm going to go over these bits on the bees now and just show you the difference. I'll start with this guy here, right? And he's what would it be? He's arse, he's behind. So what I'll do is I'll just pop a little bit of this in here, and I'm just kind of flicking it up to give it that fuzz, that fluff that bees have. Or bumblebees anyway. And you see there, it just goes over the top. And it gets that kind of realism to it. Like it makes it a bit more realistic and a little bit brighter. Is what I'm looking for. And I'm not being overly precious with this because I'm trying to make it look like furry, like fluffy. So I'm layering it over the grey and over the kind of the off-white just to build up that texture to him. And almost like immediately it gives it this realism. There's also bits in the black as well that like are a bit brighter than the other bits, like where the light would hit it. And I'm just I'm running out of the paint on the end of this brush, but the good thing is about it is that when it gets lesser, it kind of goes like a dry brushing kind of effect. So the idea that less is more, you can just build it up as you go. It's always good to start off minimal and work your way up if you need to. And it just adds and adds and adds. There's little bits in here as well in the yellow where he'll have like a bit of a sheen to him. And we're not going mad precious with it, we're just building it up slowly. Going from there. You see, we're getting there. And also in the wings as well. The wings on bees, especially on these from the reference images I've got, are quite shiny. So I want to add a bit of a shine to it over the top. And just put it in where I want it, and then leave some of the grey where I like it. They are quite transparent as well, so maybe if I put the shaping of the bee underneath, like here, where the dark would come through, and here, use this. It's still a little bit wet actually on this acrylic, which could probably work in my favour. Here, it just kind of builds a little bit, and you can kind of brush it in and leave some of the grey to kind of build shapes into the wings. Just take your solid gloss and blend it into the grey that's already there. Get that kind of wet effect. And maybe later I'll go back into the wings with yellow where it overlaps on the yellow a little bit, so it's like a greyish yellow. Maybe add some transparent black here and there. And also here, there's a lot on the stem of the brush as well, so I'm just going to try and get rid of that and use it so we're not wasting it. And later on, once this dries, we can go back in with a marker and like segment the wings a little bit, put some thin lines in just to break up the shapes of the wings. And even now at this stage, we're nowhere near off finished, but you're starting to get the idea of what it will look like when it's finished. So yeah, we're starting to get there now a little bit. I'm quite impressed with it. It's looking quite nice. Also go with the other wing as well. It's got a few bits in here that need to be put in. I know I am working off a clip art reference, but it's always good to try and get it as realistic as you can. And once you get like the basics in, you can start to add a little bit more of your own personal touches, make it your own. A little bit there. Just pop it in there in the bottom edges a little bit. And also there's a little bit in the top of the head here, just pop that in. Once again, not going too precious with it, we're just kind of dusting it in where you want the light to hit it. Like that. Starting to build it up nicely. And just pop this down here. Lovely, lovely. Also, as well, tonight I'm going to be working on an entry for the competition for Bombing Science. Bombing Science are a graffiti community that have kind of monthly competitions where they give you a word and you illustrate it, or kind of however you'd like it, but within the restrictions for the competition. And this month's word is YouTube, which is ironic. So I thought, with starting the channel, with it being on YouTube, I thought I'd give it a go. So I'm probably going to be working on that tonight and posting it in the next couple of days, like my entry for it. So stay in touch for that. If you'd like to enter as well, if you look for Bombing Science and their competition, if you subscribe to them as well and register on their website, then you'll be allowed to enter. But yeah, I'm trying something a little bit different with that. I'll show you that video when it's ready to roll. Yeah, we're really starting to get somewhere with this now. I'm starting to enjoy it. There's a little bit here kind of underneath that I want to get in, and then that bit as well. So I'm not going too bright with it. There's just little bits that I want to bring out more than the other parts. And with the gloss as well, you can just go over it and kind of thick out the bits you want in there. Just to give it a bit more realism. Get that bit off the end of there, something like that. I'm cutting these out anyway, so the overspray, any bits, any drips or whatever, it doesn't matter too much. The whole board is a bit of a mess at the moment, but it will be absolutely class once I cut everything out. It'll look really good. Start to go my way a little bit more. Just popping it in there like that. All the way across. Excuse me a little bit, I'm loaded with cold. I've got the sniffles at the moment. And it just feels weird. I feel like I want to sneeze all the time, so you have to excuse me if I sneeze on the live stream. See, someone's joining me. Hello everybody, how's it going? Just joining us. It's Ryan, hey dude. No problem, Ryan. It's going to be up tonight anyway, mate. It automatically gets uploaded to the channel, so feel free to watch it tonight. See you tomorrow, bro. So this guy's near enough done. I'm going to pop a little bit in this other bee on the side here, this little dude. He's got like his eye on show, and I want to make sure that you can see that first. Just so he's got a bit of light like reflecting off his eye, and then the hair and all his fuzz can just have a little bit in it just to distinguish like the lines of his eyes from the lines of the hair. Also in the legs as well, the legs will have like light hitting them a bit stronger than normal. A few little lines in here just to make them a bit more shiny, where the light would be hitting them. Little hooks. The legs on this as well are a little bit thicker than what I'd normally do because I have to cut round them and I don't want to risk chopping the legs off, so I'm making them a bit thicker for now to cut round later. And there's all the way along the top of here actually, there's like fur. make it quite a fuzzy bumblebee, so they've got to go along here. And in here where it would bend. So I'm just kind of working off the reference that I've got, and I'm adding my own little bits to it. Once again, you want this back end of him, the little beat arse just popping in there. There we go. Just popping this in here like that. And building it as we go, like this. Just making the divide between the black and the white a little bit mixed together there. There's also some here as well, just little bits in the tops. Just gently putting it in places, top of the knee, around here. I don't know about you, but I think that looks the bee's knees. Sorry about keep making these terrible puns. It's about all the humour you're going to get out of me at the moment. I'm not feeling it right now. Just all the way along the back of the wings here. Looking at it like that. So yeah, it's starting to get where I want it to a little bit, just so you can see the kind of the difference between like adding gloss and just using your kind of your titanium white, just how much difference it can make to make things look a bit more realistic. I'm generally just dry brushing it in, just kind of layering the fur on him a little bit, like the fuzz on his little bee body. Let's move this a bit closer so you can see what I've done. So you can kind of see there the difference between the two of them. Like, I'll just compare it with the top one. So this guy hasn't had any gloss in it yet, but this guy at the bottom has. Just so you can get an idea of like where I'm going next with it. I will try and sort out a better tripod for the phone actually, so we can get some close-up shots later on, like while I'm actually painting. We also want to put some in this wing. There's not too much in this wing to be fair, but I do want to go like where the light would hit it, like here, and where it would be a bit segmented, because I think this wing's kind of closed up a little bit, or well, it's both wings actually. This one would kind of come out the bottom here as well, so I'll put that in with gloss for now. I'll chop that out later when I come to get sorted at the end. Just in the tips of the wings, there's going to be little bits here and there, just like that. That there will just give the wings a little bit more, well, like a kind of like a base to add detail to later. And put a little bit in here as well. So we're definitely getting somewhere with these bees. Maybe a little bit of black down the bottom of here as well before I forget. 1 second, guys. Let's check this out. Okay. Right, so this one is pretty much done. This one is nearly done. I'm going to do these top ones now. I'll punch it down a little bit onto the deck. Top of these easels. There we go. Lovely stuff. this guy as well. This is going to be like a big honeybee that I'll do later on. But for now, I'm going to finish off these little guys here. This guy here. We'll just check the ref for this guy. Yeah. So yeah, pretty much the same thing. We're going to start with his arse and just pop all this in here. Yeah, I'm not too fond of the shape of this one, but I think when I add a bit more later on to it, I'll be able to work out where his legs are going and it's make it a bit more realistic. I just need to pick the details up later on, that's all it is. And there's a few little bits, generally all over this little dude, because there's like a centre point between the wings and then the hair kind of works its way around it. Like in here would be the centre point. And then we just got to like work our way slowly, just using the side of the brush and not much gloss. Just pick up the odd hair where it would catch the light a bit more. Like this. A little bits in the yellow as well. Have to excuse me if I'm not very talkative. I'm on doing this, and my brother is on the phone at the moment on Facebook talking about Dungeons and Dragons. So he's part of our group. In case anyone didn't know, I am a massive weeb and I play Dungeons and Dragons. I don't care. I'm not bothered. So we're on organising that at the moment. If anyone plays Dungeons and Dragons, give us a thumbs up. If you're a massive geek and proud. Generally just putting in a bit more gloss on these wings here. Making it nice. I'm generally just putting it in where I'm going. There's some black in this wing as well that I've missed out, but I'll put that in at the end once this gloss dries. Gloss can take forever to dry, so I'm better off just leaving it like this and then jumping back on it later when once everything's dry and I can add a bit more detail to it. Pop a bit around here as well, get the rest off the stem of this brush and plop it into the corners. And there. And a little bit in the top bit here just to pad it out a little bit more. Just to give him a bit more fuzz. Using tenor as well, just along the top bits here. So there you have it for now, guys. I have very nearly got all these bees done. I'm just going to have to let the gloss dry, and then I'll hit it again with a bit more shading spray paint, more markers, and just a little bit of black here and there just to make it solid. If you've enjoyed watching it, guys, just give the video a thumbs up, and if you want to see it all the time, then by all means just subscribe, and I will see you soon. Much love.